Hey guys, Jinhao here, and I am here today to do a review of my Jinhao X750 pen, fountain pen. Alright, I just got this today, but I've done a bit of writing with it. It's nice. I like it. It was a $10 pen off of Goulet Pens, and it is nice. This is the packaging it came in. Wow, big deal. Yeah, so now onto the pen, what it looks like. At the top, they have just big, very highly reflective part. You can see my phone. On the bottom, same thing. And then the clip is just a nice, pretty basic clip shape. It is very, very tight. I mean, it's still usable, but it does require some effort to get it off of there, so it's hard to use. Then the cap is this, well, the whole pen is this brushed stainless steel, I'm assuming stainless steel. Look, it's silver, of course. The center band around it, it says Jinhao right there with some little decoration, and then X750 on the back. I don't know if you can see that very well. And actually, one thing that I like about the center band is that half of it, when you take it off, actually comes off onto, like, it stays on the barrel. So when you cap it up, you see this little band right here. It actually is part of that center band, which is nice. It looks nice. If you're noticing, I am having a little bit of trouble getting the cap off. This cap is very, very stiff. It's very loud. I'm sure you can hear that when I take it off and on. So hopefully over time that will get better, but it is very tight. Now, the rest of the pen barrel is very slight taper along there, and that's about it. It is, oh, I have to go to the section, duh. The section is a pretty basic section. You can see kind of against the window that there's a very slight taper. There's not a big step up, so I don't think for anybody that holds their pen really, really high, unlike me, I hold it down close to the nib. For anybody with the pen really high, it's not that sharp and it's not that drastic, so while you're writing, it's not that big of a deal. And you can see at the end of the section, there's a nice little sort of bump, just a little chrome. And the nib is a medium nib, I believe, medium nib. On it, you can't see this because it won't focus, but you can kind of see some of the detail. It's just pretty nice detail, pretty basic. It says Jinhao on the nib, and then 18 KGP, which would mean 18 karat gold plated, which I doubt it is, it being a $10 pen. So I'm just assuming it's stainless steel, but it is a nice nib, which I'll get into. It also has this little Chinese chariot on it right below the breather hole, which you can't really see. You can kind of see it. But yeah. Then the pen comes with, put the cap to the side. The pen comes with a converter. It's just a cheap Chinese one, but it gets the job done. As you can see, I have ink in there right now. Yeah, the threads on the inside of the cap, I don't know how well you can see that, but they're pretty nice. I mean, the pen for a $10 pen really isn't a bad pen. So yeah, it's a snap cap, as you can tell. So now into how the pen, like what I like about it, what I don't like about it. I like the looks of it. It's a good looking pen. It looks sophisticated. It looks professional. I mean, work friendly, I guess you could say. The only thing I really have a problem with as of right now is how like tight the cap is. So I feel like because you're pulling so hard on that you might be able to actually suck out some ink from the nib with the vacuum when you pull it off, like, or you might get, not the vacuum, but you might just get like drops from that big shock in your cap, and then if you try and post it, it will get all over the barrel. It's a pretty, the pen's got some weight to it because it's solid metal, but it's not overly heavy. Like, compared to my Lamy Safari, my trusty Lamy Safari, this thing's a good 5 times its weight at least, because this is all plastic and this is all metal. So this is a heavier pen than I'm currently used to. But yeah, I mean, the pen writes well, the nib is surprisingly smooth for a cheap pen, and it looks very nice. I do like how that center band splits, and it looks nice and makes the pen look very balanced. Does this pen post? Yes and no. I mean, without the posting, I have small hands, but it's a good size pen for me. I have pretty small hands, though. But it's a good size pen for me, unposted. If you post it for me, it gets pretty big. But the posting's pretty good. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it works. Not the best. It doesn't really click into place or anything, but it can get on there. Like right now, I stuck it pretty far down. Yeah. So I guess we'll get into the writing. I can't show you a writing sample as I'm writing it because I'm on my phone and I don't have a tripod or anything. But I will write and I will try my best to just demonstrate how smooth the nib is. I'll try and write extra big so you can hear how smooth it is, I guess. I don't know. I was trying to explain it while I'm writing with it. And then I will also show you just what I wrote, so you can see if there's any skipping or not. Yeah, see, sorry I can't get a good angle for you guys. Let me see, can I put it on top of random crap? No, I can't. This might work. Hey, that kind of works. A little bit. Success, sort of. Sure, let's work with this. Alright, so here we go with the Jinhao X750. I'm not going to post it because it gets kind of big. So the pen we are using is a Jinhao X750. You can't see that well at all, actually, but I don't know what to do. Yes, this isn't really helping me. Alright, the show must go on. This is what ink am I using? Monaco Red by Diamine, same thing. This is a medium stainless steel nib. But it claims it's 18 kgb. So yeah, I mean, if you can hear it at all, the pen, I mean, of course I'm writing fast, so it gets loud, but I mean, it's a really quiet writer. There's hardly any feedback on the page. Like, I'll just write my name. I mean, it kind of makes some noise, but there's hardly any feedback on the actual page that you can feel. It's not scratchy at all. Honestly, at least on this paper, I guess I should probably write that. This is just the Mead 5-star notebook. So, paper, Mead 5-star. So it's just your basic couple $1 notebook from Target, basically. I think, honestly, like, here I'll try and compare it my best I can to my Lamy Safari. So, I will show you. It puts down a pretty wet line. It does keep up and all of that with some pretty consistent writing. It's very smooth, you know. It lays down a pretty, a sort of wet line. I mean, it's not that wet. Also, it could be the ink too, but you can kind of see a little bit of smudging. Well, you can't because of the angle, but you know. Yeah. So I mean, like, compare this to like my Lamy Safari. I'll see if you can actually hear this. Like, can you hear that? I mean, this is an extremely smooth nib too. The Safaris are good nibs, but you can just hear there's more feedback on the paper. It's not scratchy, but I hope you can hear that. So compare this to this. You can hear the difference, I think, maybe. Yeah, so I mean, overall, the pen, I guess, here, let me write something, and then I will write it faster. Let me get to the page. As you can see, actually, it's not a very wet nib, or it's not too wet of a nib, so it doesn't really bleed through. That's also part of the ink too, so that's not necessarily the pen. But so let's just write. I'll steal Steven's thing. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So just writing normally. Brown fox jumps over the lazy, I messed that up, dog. So I mean, the feed keeps up with normal writing, of course, and now we'll go to fast writing. Jumps over the lazy dog. That lazy was really bad, and that looks like log, not dog. But if you can see that at all, When I was writing, there was a tiny little bit of a skip over here when I did the when I started it, but other than that, it generally keeps up pretty well. I mean, just scribble out my name. It keeps up well. So yeah, overall, I really like the pen. It looks good. It's very smooth. It's $10 off Goulet Pens. Yeah, I will switch back to my regular view here. Like this. So yeah, the Jinhao X750, good pen, smooth writer, the converter and everything work fine. It looks alright. My only complaints are the tight clip and how tight the cap is, but otherwise everything works fine. So far, no leaking, of course. No, it's not too wet. It's not too dry. It's overall pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's about it, guys. So I will see you later with my next video.